Now for Outlook Unit B. Outlook Unit B is more about the other features within Outlook. If any of you have ever used Outlook before, I doubt that you've used all of the features available on it. I know I don't on a regular basis, but I should. You have the calendar down here. You have contacts that you can set up. You can set up appointments. You can manage your task, create notes. You can use the journals. There's all kinds of things. It's like a one-stop shop for time management. So if you go into, let's go, we already talked about the email. So we're not even going to talk about the email right now. But you can do contacts one of two ways. You can do it through your address book, or down here on the left-hand side, you see contacts here. You can set up your contacts here, and all you do is a new contact. And say you have a new contact. My husband's name is Ken. So all I would have to do, yes, that's a full name. That's what I want to do, is I want to put in his email at whatever.com. And you can fill out the rest of this if you want to. You don't have to. If I want to put in an address here, I can put in an address. And East University. This is Fresno City College's email, physical address. I told you I wasn't a fantastic typist, didn't I? 93741. That is Fresno City College's email address, regular address. If I want to click the map it, and I don't remember where it is that this is, if I click on this contact, it will give me a map directly to this location. So then you can put all kinds of notes. If you want to put a picture, you can put a picture in here. You can do whatever you want. Then if I save this, there's one contact. If I want to put in another contact, put myself, and I'm going to put my Fresno City College. City College. Whoops, that's the title. There. And now let's try this again. Price at Fresno. Okay, now if I save this one, oops, I have a comma here. Let's try that again. There we go. I have two. Now, if I want to put these two people in a group, if I set up a contact group, and you can name it whatever you want. I can name it family. And if I go here to add members, and I can do from Outlook contacts, I can look here for people, and I can add myself. There's my Fresno City College. So I'm going to double click on that so it adds it down here below. And if I put, let me see here. This is not a valid email address anymore, so I'm going to put that one. Now, what I have, when you look at these, I have a group named family. So if I were going to go back here to the mail, and I do a new email, and I type family, it will find the group, and it will send an email to everyone in that group. And that's what I'd like you to do for your groups there that you have. So that's how you can use your contacts. There's a whole lot more to the contacts, but that's a start. So when you add your contacts, it'll save you from typing it all over and over again. It will also save you from also possibly making errors when you go to type a name and you get your email back because the email address isn't correct. Now, if we go to the calendar, this calendar, you can view it in several different ways. You can view it by the work week, which is going to be Monday through Friday, unless you set it up differently, by the month. And if I need to go to another month, like February, which is coming up, or you just keep scrolling on, you can also type it schedule here. I mean, you can click it, you can select that. You can also, you can go to the next 7 days and you can take a look at what's out there. But I'm going to go to the week. And I have a friend whose birthday is this coming Friday. This is what it is telling me. But if I go here and I want to put something in the calendar for Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we all know what that is. That's the AT10 class, right? And that's in room T-102. So now I've got that. But what I really want to do is I want a reminder for this. I want this to put this class every Wednesday for the next 5 months. So if you type right up here, select this as a reoccurrence. And I want this to start at 3 o'clock and end at 5 o'clock. And it's going to be every Wednesday. And I want to do it weekly. And I want it start now. And I want it to continue in May. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to select May 20th because that's when we stop having the weekly meetings. Click OK. Now, if I go to view my calendar and I view it by the month, this is all there is for January because we're at the end of January. But look here, I have this repeated every Wednesday afternoon. It's on my calendar. So I know every Wednesday afternoon my time is blocked from 3 to 5. You can do this. That's how easy it is to set up scheduled appointments. If you have other classes, you can put other classes. You can do whatever you want on there. If what I really wanted, I'm going to go back here to the week and say I have an appointment on Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock. And if I put medical appointment, okay, you see how it automatically assigns 30 minutes to it. But if I want to reserve more time, I'm going to grab this little tiny box down here. When this turns to an arrow, when this turns to an arrow, and I can drag this down and reserve more time. If I double click on it and I wanted to make some other important information, I can also invite people to this. I can show it as busy. There's your reoccurrence again. Here's your categories again. I can categorize this and I can make this for family. So this carries on all the way along in all of these programs. I can put this high importance. Okay, now I'm going to save and close it. So now I've got, this is blue because it is family. So managing appointments is real easy on here. You can set up your calendars. Okay, then when you go to your task, you can have all kinds of tasks here. If you have things that you have coming up, like say you have a report due in history. Here we go again. Please don't mind my typing. Okay. Report due in the history class. And then you can tell it when it's due. If you want a reminder for it, and the status, when it is, how much is completed. Click Save. And you've got this assignment here. Okay. I can insert information here, more information about dates, the start date. Say I need to start it. It's due on the 10th of February, so I want to start it on the 2nd to give me enough time. Now, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get information, and I'm going to see these on my task. It says, hey, I have something coming up that I need to look at. Another cool thing is down here on the left-hand side, down here on the bottom, see where it says Notes? I've had some students who have used this, and you can use it on your tests. Because remember I said you can use your program, so you can use your Outlook. And if you click on New Note, and I put definition of computer is electronic, and you go on and you finish it up. You have a note here. Now, if you were to go to your Outlook during the test and you see something about what's the definition of a computer, it's right there. Definition of a computer is. So these notes are really handy when you've got something that you want to remember. Say you want to remember a password or something. Be careful with that because, computers can be hacked. So you want to be careful how you use your notes. But if there's something that you really want to use, maybe it's a program you may not remember all the time. So that's your notes. It's just like a yellow sticky note, only it is electronic. Now, one of the last features I want to look at, if you go down here to these shortcuts and you click on the arrow beside it, one of the other things, when you go into add or remove buttons, if you click on the journal, you'll get a little icon here for the journal. The journal automatically tracks the status of your work job that you're doing. So say you're going to build a fence, and we're going to start on Saturday the 31st. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a journal entry here. Subject is begin fence. And say we feel that it is going to begin the fence by, what are you going to do when you first begin a fence? Digging the holes, right? And how long do you figure that it'll take? Say you think that it's going to take, I'm going to click on this arrow for duration. It's going to take me 2 hours. So I'm going to start Sunday, January 25th, and I'm going to start in the morning. I'm going to start at 8 o'clock a.m. Now I'm going to save this. So you see here what it does is it assigns this time. Now that's 2 hours, then I'm going to take a break, and what am I going to do next? After that, I probably am going to install the posts. And those of you construction people, I know I don't have this in order, so please bear with me. But so this part of the job is going to start, we ended the other one at 10 o'clock. So let's say we're going to start this at 11 o'clock, and installing the posts with cement and all, oh boy, that's probably going to take 4 or 5 hours. Save and close this. You can see what is going to happen here on a daily basis. So this journal is going to track a job that you may have coming. So it's just another thing. I don't use it very much, but it's really a nice thing to have if you want it, if you want to use it. But if you were in construction, it might be nice to put your schedule on there so that you can follow it and see what is going on. You can attach phone calls. When you get to a certain point, you need to make phone calls to certain people. So it's really up to you how you would use this. Now, one last thing real quick. Outlook opens up in many different forms. I have it here on the journal. Most of the time you have, this is the way it opens up. I also have to where I have my calendar here. I have no upcoming appointments because it's like within the next day. I also have to where my reminders are over here. Any flags that I have, important things that are coming up. You can somewhat control how you have this set up. So if you don't want these, you can close some of these windows so your email is larger. But hopefully you'll start using Outlook for a lot more than what you used to use it for, if you used to use it at all. Hopefully you found this interesting, and I will see you on Wednesday. Go ahead with your work, and we'll see you then.